Welcome to Medicine Buddha. Welcome, especially if you're here for the first time. Usually Lama Rod's here, but he's touring this month. So I think there's 3 weeks where community members are leading us. Uh, my name is Karen Ziegler. I'm really excited to be here. I kind of love that Lama Rod made it possible for us to gather together and have members of the community lead us, because I remember when he would not be able to lead us, we would just watch the recordings, and I always listen to the recordings. I love them. I listened to some today, but it's very nice to be able to count on meeting in person every week. So thank you so much for being here. And thanks, Sharon. So I know that Eric is going to put in the link to the Google Doc, and the Google Doc is a place where you are invited to put in your prayers. And tonight we'll do just what we always do. I'll just talk for a little while, and we'll have practice. We'll chant the mantra. We'll say the prayers, and we'll chant the mantra a little more and close. Today was kind of an emotional day for me. I was really sinking into this practice because I wanted to represent it well. And I realized that I haven't paid really close attention to the practice document. And so the addition of the circle, which it's in the prayer document, and we'll go over it again. I don't know, I haven't really imbibed it. So I was really wanting to do a good job leading this for you. And so I was sinking into the practice, and then I ended up watching a silent protest that was happening in Nashville today, led by Bishop William Barber. That was quite beautiful. And, I realized in a new way the connection of our individual healing and the healing of the collective. And I've been thinking about and kind of experienced today a little bit how healing is not that pretty. you know um I spent many years on meditation retreats just kind of weeping through hours and hours. And healing really is like that. Healing is like getting snot all over your face and not having a Kleenex. And healing is allowing the grief to come, and healing is allowing the movement of the body to come. I think this is something I experience often in Medicine Buddha, and I believe it's because of how powerful a teacher Lama Rod is I just get this energy release sometimes through my lower chakras, through other parts of my body. I move my body, and it's all movement of energy. And that's what healing is, of course, is movement of energy. And allowing that to happen is work. It really comes from a serious intention, a serious desire to be free, a serious desire for all of us to be free. And so I was so moved today, thinking about that, and also watching these people protesting in Nashville. And I think all of us have been to these kinds of protests. They take a long time, and they're maybe a little disorganized, and people have a hard time lining up, and it goes on for hours and hours, and it's work. And yet there is this beautiful spirit that is shining through, and there is a movement of collective energy that is clearly healing the collective body. And so that's what we do here, is we are attending to our individual healing and the healing of the collective in, I think, a very particular way. I had no background in Tibetan Buddhism when I began to be Lama Rod's student. And at first I was like, I don't think I can do this. I mean, saying the mantra is one thing. I totally understand saying the mantra. Saying the mantra with the mala, that's great. I know how to do that. And then like visualization, like visualize medicine Buddha, like I don't even know medicine Buddha. I mean, this is what was happening for me. Like, okay. I have this picture. I finally got a picture of medicine Buddha. I can visualize medicine Buddha. And then we have, the other parts of it, the benefactors and then this idea of the mantra in a circle and medicine Buddha in my heart. And so it has been a journey for me, much like it is a journey when we show up to heal the collective. And I did have an insight this week that it's very good for me that it sort of seems to become so complicated, because it makes me concentrate on what I'm doing. And when I'm just saying the mantra over and over, I can easily just check out quite a bit. I wanted to also mention that I'm so grateful to Lama Rod for initiating us into this powerful mantra that came to him through his lineage, it's an ancient mantra from in my mind, a very awakened teacher. And so being able to get these instructions directly from him is a great gift. So just a little more about healing. I used to be a nurse, and so I learned about wounds, and I learned not only that healing is hard work and it doesn't look pretty, but also wounds, when they're really bad and it's your job to look after the wound, you don't even really want to go in the room. That's how bad they can be. And how you heal a wound is you have to attend to it. You have to care for it. You have to be present for it. You have to just really look at it. And I feel like these collective wounds that we're attending to now, they're hard to look at. They're old wounds. They're in many ways kind of infected wounds, stinky wounds, ugly wounds. And so through this practice and through our individual healing, the courage and the intention to heal and to heal all beings, we get I think the stamina to really look at the truth of our collective wounds and also our individual wounds. And I really love the way Lama Rod talks about how that's the practice, is being present with the experience, holding it all, being able to hold it, not walk past the room, but really, really go to where the pain is, and be able to look at it and experience it completely, and have developed enough space to hold it. So just one more thing is I've been experiencing lately really the fruits of a lot of years of practice. And this is just kind of recent, that there were years where I didn't really always like to go out in public. Sometimes I would go to the grocery store, and if I saw someone I knew, I would like go to the next aisle and make sure that we weren't checking out at the same time. I just felt so raw that I didn't have it to say hello even to someone that I knew. And I've been really feeling lately this joy coming up, this just, like that gospel song, joy that the world didn't give and the world can't take it away. The joy that we are, that every single one of us actually are, that joy that we just are. And, I haven't always experienced that, and I haven't always been able to carry it into the world, but I've experienced lately the power of just walking it around and letting it out. And, like smiling to people that I know or don't even particularly like, and Jesus had this thing he said about a little leaven leavens the whole loaf. And I always like that. But it's like, I really see how in our individual transformations, as we are not afraid to carry that light that we all are, it really does transform the people around us. I'm experiencing that a little bit. And just one more thing connected to that, Lama Rod's been talking about spring, and I don't know where you all are. Maybe spring isn't happening for all of you, but where I am, and I'm sorry, I forgot to say that I am on the ancestral land of the Okanichi and the Eno and the Shakori people in Durham, North Carolina. So we're having a beautiful spring. We're having just a spectacular, flowers are blooming, green things are coming out of the earth like quickly. There's just ground one day and the next day there's a whole plant. And I'm also, as much as I'm an activist, that's what I do. And so my job is to kind of look at how what we're up against in my country and in the world. I keep seeing this image of these systems of violence as like concrete paving, and then all of us bursting forth like these plants, breaking apart the concrete. I'm seeing that the love and the joy and the light that we are just bursting forth in so many powerful ways, not only in myself, but really in so many other ways and things that I'm hearing and reading. And I'm so grateful to this community for feeding that, for intending that, for allowing that. So this practice of medicine Buddha is so beautiful and so quirky, I think. To me, it is. I'm sure, lamas all do it all the time, and Tibetan Buddhists, it's not weird, but to me, it seems just wonderful, and I love it, So, so the practice, as you know, is that first we reflect on our intention for the practice. And you can add to this in your own heart, in your own mind. I think that I speak for us all in the sort of base intention that we want to be free. We want to be free as quickly as possible. To find a way to live in these systems of violence and yet be the light, be the joy, be the love, be the infinite beings of light that we really are, and not believe these illusions and these delusions. And we want all beings everywhere to be free as quickly as possible. And our intention and our practice is that we are working and practicing to be free for the purpose of freeing all beings, not just for ourselves. And that's a part of why I love this particular strain of Buddhism. So that's our intention. And so we're going to go through the whole thing, and I hope I do it in the right order, because I don't always do it in the right order when I'm doing it by myself. But we'll start with the introductory mantra, which means medicine Buddha, please know and look upon me now. And we're just going to chant this about, I don't know, say 5 times. So we're going to do the introductory mantra first, and then and that will be, yeah, good. Thanks so much, Eric. Thank you. So just settle in. Make sure that you're in a position where you can practice for a little while. And whatever your body wants to do, listen to it, what it wants to do. And the invitation is to bring your attention to the seat, the place where you're meeting the earth. Maybe you're meeting the earth also in your feet. but bring your attention to that place where you're touching the earth and see if you can experience the seed, or however you're touching the earth, as care, as the earth holding you. And I always love to think about gravity, how she's always kind of pulling us toward her. So experiencing that seed, experiencing that ground in a real way. And also, before we start the chant, the invitation is to invite our benefactors. Invite those who love us, animals or people, living or dead, known or unknown. And at this point in this practice, I often just mash up the homecoming practice to ancestors, friends, pets, teachers, ancestors, inviting all of those benefactors to be present in the space. And it becomes quite powerful when all of us are inviting our benefactors. Inviting Medicine Buddha. And taking in that care, taking in that healing that care provides. Medicine Buddha, I pray that you will know and look upon me now. I'll sing it 5 times. Om en la sangye ki no so. Om en la sangye ki no so ha. 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 And the invitation now is to invite Medicine Buddha into our heart space. And if we want to, if we can, visualize Medicine Buddha there. A blue Buddha with his right hand touching the ground, his left hand holding medicine. We're invoking the consciousness of the healer Buddha. And if there's another chosen deity that embodies that consciousness, that's fine. And what we're doing when we do that is we're understanding that I am Medicine Buddha. We are understanding ourselves as the healer. That this consciousness that lives within us as Medicine Buddha is us, is the deepest part of ourselves. And then Lama Rod has suggested that we can imagine that the mantra, as we begin to chant it, is a circle around that Medicine Buddha in our hearts that moves. clockwise. As we chant, we are moving energy, even as we just visualize Medicine Buddha and remember, I am Medicine Buddha. We are moving energy. And just to trust that we are moving energy is enough. And we're going to chant the mantra together, the main mantra together, which means, like this, I pray for the end of suffering and the root of pain and suffering. And I release this prayer to all the worlds so that everyone can be liberated. Like this, I pray for the end of hurt and suffering, pain and suffering. And I release this prayer to all the worlds so that all beings can be liberated. So we'll chant this for a while and then we'll do the prayers together and then do a little more chanting. Let's do Om together first. Om. Om Teya Om Begitse Begitse Mahabegitse Rasa Zumangate Soha Teya Om Begitse Begitse Mahabegitse Rasa Zumangate Soha Om Begitse Begitse Mahabegitse Rasa Zumungate Soha Om Begitse Begitse Mahabegitse Rasa Zumungate Soha Om Begitse Begitse Mahabegitse Rasa Sumungate Soha Om Begitse Begitse Mahabegitse Rasa Sumungate Soha Om Begitse Begitse Mahabegitse Rasa Sumangate Soha Om Begitse Begitse Mahabegitse Rasa Sumangate Soha Om Begitse Begitse Mahabegitse Rata Sumungate Soha Om Begitse Begitse Mahabegitse Rasa Sumungate Soha Om Begitse Begitse Mahabegitse Rasa Sumungate Soha Om Begitse Begitse Mahabegitse Rasa Sumangate 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 Soha Om Bhikkhute, Mahabhikkhute, Rasa Sumangate Soha. Heya Tao Bhikkhute, 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 Bhikkhute, Mahabhikkhute, Rasa Sumangate Soha. Teyata Om Bigitse Bigitse Mahabigitse Raza Zumungate Soha Teyata Om Bigitse Bigitse Mahabigitse Raza Zumungate Soha Teyata Bigitse Mahabigitse Rasa Zumungate Soha Teyata Om Bigitse Bigitse Mahabigitse Rasa Zumungate Soha Turning to the prayers. Thank you so much for your practice so far and for these prayers. So as we begin these prayers, we call into the space all of our benefactors again. And we call in all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, the guardians and protectors of the land, the angels and archangels, all the helper beings in the universe, all those that can help us move the energy that can accomplish these prayers. We pray for Lydia, who is confused and suffering. Prayers for all those recovering from surgery and those who care for them. We pray for Heather, who passed into the Bardo on Saturday. Prayers that her family is able to grieve and find peace. Prayers for the land in Humboldt neighborhood. Prayers for Andy, who's recovering from a cold and won't be with us tonight. Prayers for Pinky, who has lost a second child, an adult son, and for their family as they navigate grief. Prayers for Kent, that depression lets go of him. Prayers for Lama Rod as he travels, and for the Sangha as we support each other. Prayers for Linda, Brad, Kim, Zach, Keith, and Joe. Prayers for me that I can find a new job to support my family. Prayers for all those in the Bardo. May they be well and happy. Prayers for Mary as she travels to her ancestral homelands. May the journey be peaceful and may her path be guided and supported by her ancestors. Prayers for Ari to have safe travels on the path. Prayers for Heidi as she develops a path to the divine. Prayers for Serene and Marty to have everything they need. Prayers to help me find a path to heal the relationship between my mother and I. May that wound heal soon. Prayer to help me find my path safely to Barcelona. Prayer for Heather, who lost her life. Prayer for Juan Carlos Valade, who also lost his life. Prayer and guidance in keeping the right people in my life. Prayer for Grace O'Meara, who dedicated her life to helping others and is now in hospice. Prayer for Rachel for courage and clarity. Prayer for Rory, Noah, Lucy, Penny, and Olive. Prayers for those who offer prayers on behalf of others. Prayers for me as I navigate a journey through depression and anxiety. Let me be gentle and kind to myself and others. Prayers for all the people in the trans community to feel love and support. Prayers for Emmerich and his family as he just entered the Bardo. Prayers for the people of Sudan, the people of Nashville. Prayers for Rachel, for Scarlett. May the energies that surround these prayers begin to shift, that these prayers can be accomplished, that everyone mentioned in these prayers and may find healing and freedom and peace and everything that we are asking for, all inside of our intention to be free and free all beings. We thank you for the power of love in these prayers and the power of love that surrounds us all the time. And holds every single one of us right now and forever. Just chanting, back to chanting, remembering that Medicine Buddha is within us. Medicine Buddha is us. Touching the earth, holding the medicine, as all of us are right now, touching the earth, holding the medicine. Om Te Ata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Zumungate Soha Te Ata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Zumungate Soha Te Ata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Zumungate Soha Te Ata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Zumungate Soha Te Ata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Zumungate Soha Te Ata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Zumungate Soha Te Ata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Zumungate Soha Te Ata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Zumungate Soha Te Ata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Zumungate Soha Te Ata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Zumungate Soha Te Ata Om Bhagavate Bhagavate Maha Bhagavate Rasa Zumungate Soha Te ata om begedze maha begedze rasa sumungate soha. Te ata om begedze maha begedze rasa sumungate soha. Te ata om begedze maha begedze rasa sumungate soha. Te ata om begedze maha begedze rasa sumungate soha. Te ata om begedze maha begedze rasa sumungate soha. Te ata om begedze maha begedze rasa sumungate soha. So just a few more times, and just if you're not doing this already, imagine that the light from Medicine Buddha is spreading through your whole body. Te ata om begedze ramaha begedze rasa sumungate soha. Te ata om begedze maha begedze rasa sumungate soha. Te ata om begedze maha begedze rasa sumungate soha. We are Medicine Buddha. We are that light. You are that light. And taking in the light of the care of our benefactors, dissolving them in white light and bringing that light into ourselves as well. Imagining all the light of Medicine Buddha, of the benefactors, our collective benefactors. And then imagine that we are sending all of that light out into the universe, out into all the worlds. And slowly bring your attention back to the seat. Taking your time. Feeling the vibration of the chant, of the intentions that we all shared, of the prayers that were made with so much love and compassion. And before we do Shantadeva's prayer, I forgot to tell you a story, and I really want to tell you the story. And it is that a friend of mine, when she was very young, going to Catholic school in like second grade or something, she was all alone, really severely neglected by her family, just completely alone and neglected and sad and abandoned. And she went into the chapel at this Catholic school that she went to, and she sat down, and she tells me that Mary, Joseph, and little Jesus came out of the chancel and stood very close to her. And uh, and I love that story so much because it tells me that the unseen world is always reaching for us. And and it reached for my friend in a way that a little kid going to Catholic school could understand, you know? Um, and and in that same way, there is love in the unseen world that is holding all of us all the time, all the time, all the time, all the time. That is holding all of this, and especially each of us, all the time. Um, and so we gather to kind of lean into that love, uh, and remind each other of that love, and that's practice. We just keep doing that till we really know uh, the sweetness of that, and how no matter what happens, no matter what happens, we are being held. Um, yeah, and I just really appreciated the prayer about having compassion on ourselves. I feel like that's something we just have to keep saying over and over and over. So, yeah, let's do this beautiful prayer of Shanti Deva now to close. Thank you so much. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures. And until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. 2 more times. May I be a protector for those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine, and may I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures. And until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. Last time. May I be a protector to those without protection, a leader for those who journey, and a boat, a bridge, a passage for those desiring the further shore. May the pain of every living creature be completely cleared away. May I be the doctor and the medicine. May I be the nurse for all sick beings in the world until everyone is healed. Just like space and the great elements such as earth, may I always support the life of all the boundless creatures. And until they pass away from pain, may I also be the source of life for all the realms of varied beings that reach into the ends of space. You're so beautiful, and I love you, and I thank you so much. I thank you so much. Mm. I hope you have a really good week. I hope you're really, really, really good to yourself. And and I hope that this practice just keeps increasing the faith that you have in yourself, that you are a healer, you are a warrior. Uh, Everything will be okay, one way or another. I love you. So much gratitude to you. Thank you. Mm.